Hello pups, it's Phil again. Yesterday, fine folks at the Royal Mail Delivery Company brought me Splatoon 2. Today they bring me Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I thought I would be able to get this wrapping off, but I am struggling significantly. Do I need to employ a tool? Nah. Come on, let's play. Nothing. Film. Oh my goodness. Well, this is already a shambles. Because I've still got Splatoon 2. It's right next to my camera. That, of course, was a disappointment because it didn't have anything to smell. This one, I can't even get into the packaging, although I've managed to tear off a bit. Aha! And there goes the seal with the Nintendo logo across it. And at long last, oh my god, just when you thought the nightmare was finally over. Yeah, alright. Nice journey to the birthplace of humanity, Elysium. And, yep, as expected, empty. Ooh, nice. Yeah. I think this may be how I'm going to have to do these now. Obviously, because these came wrapped up nice and secure. They had a lot of condensed smell trapped within the confines of the case that was rushed out from the vacuum into my nostrils as soon as I opened it, which was a very powerful initial smell, but it has dwindled significantly in the ensuing moments. So now, instead of getting, a machine gun volley of, the game, the case, the instruction manual, the health and safety gubbins, the Club Nintendo registration code, a little advertisement for other games, now you just get that initial, freshly packed, brand new plastic material, sealed, and then cracked open for a shotgun blast. There's still a tiny bit left. Whoa, hold on a second now. Hold on a second. In the previous video I talked about how the Splatoon 2 cover was reversible. This one is, I guess you could technically reverse it, but it doesn't have a dedicated front and back cover replacement. It is just this nice piece of art detailing a Nopon and some sort of human, I guess. Don't know. They seem kind of small, but it could be a child, or it could just be wacky anime art style. But I did not smell this for Splatoon 2, as I will now. Welcome back, baby. Yep, that's a nice smell. That is a nice smell. That's fine quality gloss. Has an earthy tone, remnants of that plastic shotgun type smell, but more refined. Not so much subtle as bitter, I would say. And it is a treat. It is a treat for the nose. But that being said, it is just one thing that has already been removed from its original preferred presentation for the sake of the smell, and so the smell itself did not persist for a massive amount of time. But while you can smell a video game, you definitely should. And I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was surprised, because I thought after Splatoon 2, in fact, since I've got it right here, why don't I just see if the smell does persist at all for this one here. Slightly, there is a slight granular texture to it, but not nearly as strong as this was when I smelled it just then. So time is a factor. But you can still smell a game a day afterwards, which is good to know. considering whether I should invert this, because this does have the same Splatoon 2 title across the spine that could be used to identify the game on a shelf. But I just now looking at this, I noticed that this one just is specifically the Salmon Run mode of Splatoon 2, which I have not played because I think it's time limited for whatever reason, and it was not available when I chose to play it, although I haven't even gone into all of the shops in Splatoon 2 yet. Played a couple ranked modes. Not ranked modes. Unranked modes in Splatoon 2, you know, just basic turf wars. Had like 6 wins, 1 loss, so my Splatoon 1 skills have carried over. Either that or the skills of people in Splatoon 2 are not up to snuff. But good that I could very easily find a game, and even though I was rank 1, it was putting me against, you know, rank like 30, in the teens, the 20s, even up to rank 50. And I was smashing them. I was getting kills, splats, left, right and centre. High scoring player, with just the default loadout. So a lot of fun. And I've lost track of what I was talking about, because there is very little to talk about. In fact, I would guess if I went just by the time code, this was more Splatoon 2 smelling than it was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 smelling, but that's fine with me. As, you know, smell whatever you please. And this pleased me to smell. It had a nice initial impact waft, and the cover art, or you know, whatever you would call this, leaflet, I guess. I'm sure there's an official word for people who create their own and such. But that also had a lingering smell that had, as I said, a fine granular texture, earthy, slightly bitter, but very, very pleasant to smell. So I'm very pleased. I am very pleased. I thought after Splatoon 2 it was going to be straight downhill, not even worth doing a smell review when I buy a game, but no. It's always worth smelling a video game if you have the chance. No, the cartridge is smellless, but the bit which keeps the cartridge in the case, which still, look at the wasted space here, man. I mean, 3DS cartridges are small, and you know they have like smaller square-sized cases. But I guess, you know, if you don't have a rectangular box, people won't consider it to be an item of luxury, maybe? Don't know. Not a marketing person, not an advertising person. I just buy video games when I want to play them. And more importantly, when I want to smell them. And if you're at all interested in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I suggest buy it. Well, actually, I won't suggest buy it yet because I haven't played it, and it could be a massive disappointment, but I will suggest, if you buy it, smell it. Because you only get so long until the smell just wears away and it becomes another piece of packaging in which to contain a video game cartridge. But while it is an olfactory sensation, you most definitely should engage your senses. Because if you don't, who will? Don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. Finish!